So the question posted to me was to give some examples of genetically modified foods. Before that, I will explain what is genetically modified food so that everybody can understand. Genetically modified preservatives are substances that have been added to bioengineering so that they can make the ability of the crop to be preserved. They can add the extent, they can extend the shelf life, and they can prevent spoilage. For example, listen is a genetically modified antimicrobial peptide. Antimicrobial peptide is a proteins which prevents the growth of harmful bacteria in substances like in dairy products or in processed meat. And genetically modified enzymes are the proteins which catalyzes the biochemical reaction. And nowadays, bacteria and fungi are modified so that they can produce more number of enzymes. These enzymes are, by optimizing their activities, they can become more stable. So the food manufacturers use this method to produce more stable foods. So by that, example is lysozyme. Lysozyme is produced by modifying a bacteria named E. coli. So lysozyme is used to preserve cheese, meat, and egg-based products. And the next thing is ascorbic acid, which has vitamin C. It is used to preserve juices, canned fruits, and it acts like antioxidant. Antioxidant means it prevents oxidation so that it can prevent the food from getting cloudy. A big example for this is Arctic apple. Arctic apple is an apple which, like when you eat it, and when after being cut, it will not become brown. So the process happens here is the gene which produces polyphenol oxidase, which is an enzyme responsible for browning of apple, is removed. In Arctic apple, 90% of PPO, which is polyphenol oxidase, is removed. So by removing it, apple looks fresher for a longer time, and even after being cut. So this can prevent spoilage. And another example is flower sour tomato. Flower sour tomato is a tomato which never gets ripened. It delays ripening by reducing polyelectronase, which is responsible for softening of the tomato. This increases the shelf life and prevents spoilage of tomato. In Hawaii, they had papaya industry. That industry got damaged because of the ring spot virus in papaya. So to prevent this, scientists have made rainbow papaya, which is alternate to the normal papaya. This papaya does not have ring spot virus. The ring spot virus producing gene is removed from this papaya. So that the industry has great success. By modifying these crops, the nutrients also remain same, and we can also prevent the spoilage. And the next example is lactic acid. This produces antimicrobial compounds which prevents spoilage in fermented foods. I would like to conclude by saying genetically modified foods are safer and more natural than chemical preservatives, and they can also extend the shelf life, they can prevent it from getting spoiled, and it can reduce food waste. You may ask how genetically modified preservatives can reduce food waste, but nowadays 1/3 of the food prepared is wasted during preservation. During storage, it gets spoiled. So to prevent this, genetically modified preservatives can be added. So by doing this, we can also reduce world hunger. So thank you.
Thank you, Master, for this research what you have done. Though being a computer child, have taken extra efforts to go through all the topics given to you, and thank you so much for sharing your insights. Now we have Master Harshal Prabhu to talk about is there a long-term solution for world hunger.
The question posted on me is there any long-term solutions for world hunger, and how does genetically modified crops is related to world hunger? Before answering that question, let me say this that this planet produces enough food to feed everyone in the planet. For example, 8 billion people. This planet produces food to feed all 8 billion people. Even though, but still, 3 billion people can't afford a healthy diet, which means those 3 billion people can't get 3 meals a day. So the main cause of this world hunger is poverty. You may ask, how does poverty is world hunger. You know, poverty, food prices and hunger. All these are linked. Poverty causes hunger. You know, around 1 billion people in this world is suffering extreme poverty. Not even poverty is border. They are suffering extreme poverty. That means more number of people survive less than rupees 1.9 a day, by which they can't afford a nutritious, healthy food and water. There are also many food who can't even afford drinking water, good drinking water and a good eating food. Actually, you see that there are many causes for world hunger. For example, like I said about poverty, and there are also many like inequality between people and climate change, disasters and weak government. All these are causes of this world hunger. You see that these causes are long term and the effects are also long term. Like if you suffer hunger, you may get malnutrition disease, which are for a long term. For that, scientists say few solutions, which are eliminating food waste, improving nutrition assistance programs, promoting agriculture efficiency, and use of genetically modified crops. All these are solutions set by the scientists. You see, if you follow all these solutions for a long term, these solutions are short term. Like you eliminate food waste, it can be done day to day life. Because you see, if you eliminate the food, there are many people who can't even eat the food which you eliminate. So these are short term solutions. But if you follow these short term solutions for a long duration, these short term solutions will become a long term solutions for this world hunger. You see that world hunger cannot be permanently eliminated. It can be only reduced by these if you follow short term solutions for a long period of time. You see, the percentage of increase in people's population is 0.88%. So to meet the demands of this rising of population, the scientists say that solution is use of genetically modified crops. Few scientists say that genetically modified crops causes allergy, but still many scientists approve that they are completely safe to consume. So the use of genetically modified crops is one of the solutions for world hunger. I hope the answer is clear, crystal clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu, for revealing the both pros and cons of bioengineered food and world hunger. Now we move on to the next session, where this personal session is open to all. Anyone who is willing to ask questions. And from yes, sir.
Now, first of all, I just been sitting here, wondering whether I'm sitting in argument or from international symposium or absolutely true. And I congratulate the teachers who actually gave them the idea to prepare all that. Then I came to you to understand, being an expert, you studied deeply into it. And a lot of things you told us that you just totally new information for us. There was something mostly about bioengineered food. But I still talk about world hunger. The world has sufficient food to feed all the people on earth. Upper the world hunger, we should realize, it should be manly. The natural, what is the cause for poverty? In the whole world, decides to share their food. Everybody will be happy with it. But in the subject of the discussing about certain things. The broiler coding was about killers and there. In the broiler coding, the Ilena was the protein level. And there's again, and the results are not confused. As I said, short term, now they're talking about table salt. And another use rock salt, they say. I don't think over the molecule. But you enlighten all of us to think about it. Yenna kai saaprom, Indian wine saaprom, everybody should learn. Hats off to all. So very proud that I am part of that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, your question, sir?
think whatever Shankara mentioned was true because you had really done your research and you're on top of it. But one thing I'm not sure whether it is relevant here to talk about. Genetically modified food comes to the next level. Like they talked about burger, which is very relevant. But how does this happen over time? Because we work with some robot programming, which are involved in agriculture. So our company writes software for agricultural products. So we understand the scale in which this is going to happen. So point number one, what is going to happen is like there's going to be a same type of food, very robust, strong food that has a very large shelf life, which is going to be distributed all across the world, which is going to be available soon. And another thing is we are going against the concept of if you're born in Virunagari, your physical nature, your anatomy is adapted to food that is grown here, not to the food that is grown in China. So that could be a gap. So I do not know whether this is relevant to your thing. This is one. Two is when you're playing with DNAs, you're playing God. Like God has an order in all these things. And He's made certain checks and balances in the universe so that when there is a lot of sunshine, there is equal amount of rain. And there is a balance in everything. And things are shifting. We are shifting. Also shifting this balance of the natural order.
Sir, I'd like to answer this question, sir. So, first of all, genetic modification is when we are altering a gene. We have a word for it. It is called mutation. So, mutation is it is a very natural thing, sir. So, I have a brother. My brother has a mole in his right temple. I have one in my left temple. That is a mutation. And all through history, mutation is a part of evolution. So we are not consuming exactly what was grown many years ago. So it is a very natural thing. Previously, bananas used to have hard seeds. Now they are seedless. And also in the past, the watermelons were small and they were bitter. Now it is juicy and sweet. So alterations happen naturally. So when we are just speeding up the process, it is nothing like we are playing God. We are just speeding up a very natural process. That's how I see it, sir. I hope it answers your question, sir.
Thank you, Amrita. Thank you, Amrita. I know you are going to answer this question also, but I still have that question. Just like how you said you're speeding up the process, you're trying to, I remember you telling about GM is nothing about, it is only about these three things: introducing a beneficial gene, or removing a bad gene, or altering the unwanted gene. I understand. So in that case, same thing will be happening inside the body also, isn't it? When there is something, a nutrient is less, the body knows how to crave, how to get it down, how to produce on its own and get a stable nutrient. Am I right in understanding, or should we really have it only through outside food?
Actually, our body. Actually, let me explain a small condition to you, ma'am. So, our body has two places where it needs calcium the most. One it is in our blood, another one is in our bone. So, when the calcium in our blood is lost, it takes the calcium from the bone. So, it will lead to weakening of our bones. So, our body can protect itself, but only till a certain time, ma'am. And also, age. It is also a factor. So like when we are between the age of 15 to 45, it is not a big issue. Both for males and females, because it is at that time when most of their hormones are being produced, and that can control the nutrient level. That can protect the body from inside, but we cannot depend on it for a long time. And also it can take up the calcium from our bones. We need both the calcium. Our calcium level has to be maintained both in our bloodstream as well as in our bone. So we can trust our body. Our body is a beautiful thing, but to reduce the workload of our body, we can also depend on some external sources. My point of view on that.
Hello. I'd first like to congratulate the team. They've done a very marvelous, research on the topic. They know the topic. They're able to answer all the questions raised by the public. But like the chief guest said, bioengineering is sort of playing God, right? So it has to be done on a very careful way, like monitored. Like I'd love the watermelon to be sweeter, right? But to enhance, like he had mentioned broiler chicken, right? When a lifespan of a chicken is a certain amount, you try to speed up the lifespan. You are interfering with natural laws. Okay? Another thing about bioengineering is, invariably, there are a lot of corporates who are doing things with financial gains in mind. Right? Most of it, probably 80% of all the bioengineering things is they do something so that they can make money. You can use bioengineering to improve the health concept. Okay, something bad in a certain food or something like that, you can try to alter it. But should not have the commercial concept regarding bioengineering things. So, my question is, what steps a government or a third body can do to prevent such things happening? Like there's a big corporate called Monsanto, right? You would have heard about it. Like they control certain corn and things like that, whereas the farmer can only buy the seed from them. Whereas in normal situation, a farmer will retain a certain portion of the grain and everything for his next crop. Now genetic engineering takes that freedom away from the farmer in the hands of a few corporates. These are certain things like that. How would we solve that sort of a problem?